Welcome back to the Death Needs Dialogue Entertainment Network. This is The Depths of Fel'Than, Episode 11, The Old Gretch Mine, Part C.
It's frosty on your face. You can feel the wetness around your nose starting to freeze up. And you burst out into the cold. It's about a foot of snow out here. And you can see before you, it's not a large ravine, but the walls go for about 30 or 40 feet, and it extends about 100 feet before it gets into rubble again. But within this, you can see trees about 5 feet high sticking out of the ground. There's about 30 of them within this hollow. And they have these pink and purple, it just looks like fuzz. Just the lightest leaves you can ever imagine.
The trees from the Lorax. Like the fluffy.
Possibly. I'm not familiar, but it's leaves similar to a mimosa tree. But there's just these purple and pink highlights, and it's just almost looks like feathers coming off. Not quite.
It's literally just fur.
And it's like feathers.
How far are they from me?
Probably about 20 feet in.
I'm gonna walk towards these trees, just in awe of seeing the outdoors again.
And you feel a sense of peace being outside overcome you. And within these trees, once you get within these trees, the coldness seems to die down. Roll perception.
Oh, that's better. 19.
19? You can see somebody in there in a blue robe. He's got his back turned to you. They got their back turned to you, and you see him reach up and pluck this little leaf off of the tree and put it in a basket, and get another one and another one.
Greet the person.
So as you approach, you walk up, crunching in the snow. It startles this person. They turn around. It's a dwarf, younger dwarf, looks young anyway, and turns around, kind of stumbles in the snow, almost drops the basket, and says, "What are you doing here? You're not allowed here."
What are you doing here?
I'm picking the trees. It's harvest time. You can't be here.
Why not?
Nobody's allowed here. Only I am, and us of the gardening tribe is allowed here.
I know my way around plants. Maybe I can help you?
Roll persuasion.
15.
Okay. As you say that, the words fumble out of his mouth, "You can't be here, you shouldn't be here," and he looks around and says, "You say you're good with plants.
Yes.
If you can help me pick these quickly, I'm behind schedule. I would be very grateful. But you mustn't tell anybody that you are here."
Well, I don't even know what these are, so sure.
Good.
I don't even know what I'm picking.
Take 10d8 poison damage.
Yeah.
No,
I'm good with plants.
they're very
Maybe you can help.
the trees are only about
I
5
don't
feet
even know
high,
what I'm picking.
and they're just covered with these little
Fluffs?
feathery fluffs is what they are. And you take them off, they come off in one piece, but they're very, very delicate.
I'm gonna ask him what they are.
It's gives you a curious look. These are the leaves of Palmore.
And
Roll history.
what the hell does that mean? 13.
13? Alright. So, Palmore was a name of a god. You're not quite familiar with it, but one of an old god. Something that your great-grandmother would probably talk about, or claim, or use that kind of name in vain. The story is that when Palmore was set to take power over the gods, to take control, the gods rose up against him and destroyed him. And when they put him down, his mortal coil was cast upon the rocks, and his soul was cast below. So they say his mortal coil has taken the form of these trees that scatter the mountains. So you know that.
It's the flesh of Christ. That's what you're picking.
Manna from heaven. So, they
Would I
say,
know what they use it? I guess I wouldn't. So I'd ask you what they use it for.
yeah, you definitely wouldn't know. But roll persuasion.
Okay.
I can tell you, but then we have to kill you.
7.
7? No,
It's not that
not even close to his. He says, oh, I can't tell you what I use them for. It's a secret. It's only to those who deem it necessary.
I'm gonna give it a sniff.
Okay.
What does it smell like?
It smells citrusy, very fruity, and beautiful.
Is it food?
Uh,
Do I think it's food?
Does it smell
No.
edible?
roll insight.
Put it on your tongue.
Arm.
10.
10. It looks more like something you'd have to brew in a
No.
tea, perhaps.
I'll tell him will help him pick. And then when he's not looking, I'm gonna slip it in my pocket.
Okay.
My very large trousers.
Slides this random plant into her face.
Okay, so you guys begin to pick. Do you, probably going to take a little while. He's maybe about 60% done. So you take some time.
Do I have any cold weather clothing on right now?
No, but when you're within these trees, the cold that you felt before doesn't seem as intense
Okay.
when you're within the trees. So you guys pick. And it's quite easy. They pop off quite ready. They're almost delicate, like the
They're
cold.
very
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you know if you were to grab it too hard, it just might roll sleight of hand.
19.
19? Yeah, you get the feeling that if you just touch these the wrong way, they will crumble in your hand and fall into the snow. But with that 19, you are able to pick the rest of them, and about halfway through, he has his back turned. And his perception was only 13, so your sleight of hand was more than enough for you to grab a good handful of this and stuff it in your pocket. But you do notice when you got it in there, it may have crunched and crumbled up a bit, but it still got in there. So at the end, you guys come to the last tree and you're both kind of plucking off branches, and he stops and he looks back and he says, very good. Thank you very much for your kind services. We are behind schedule. The cold came quicker than we anticipated, and we have to harvest before we had time to. And he kind of looks around and looks about the trees, and he goes in his basket, takes another handful, and he says, here, this is for your troubles. Now, keep it secret. If the guards see you with this, they will take you away.
Ooh, forbidden
Be very careful.
fruit.
So he kind of stuffs it in your hand and does it fast. He's
And
like, take it.
Put it in my pocket. With the others that he doesn't know are already there.
Shaky.
And he says, my name is Armanel. You can find me with the gardeners.
Thank you.
He says, you must go. Wait, how did you get in here? How did you get rid of my wall of force?
I climbed up through a hole in the ground.
Roll deception.
I'm not lying about it.
Oh, you're explaining the cavern.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, yes, there would be
Oh,
something there to
19, by the
block
way.
you.
I just felt this cool air, and it just kind of opened. I'm not mentioning this figure.
Did you see somebody else? Somebody else? He looks around and he doesn't see anybody. You must go. You must go now. He says, come with me. He grabs you by the arm and starts walking you towards the cavern you came from.
Was just as that game? What opened that door? Was it something familiar to me?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
recognize it as Alaric. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And he escorts you down to that cavern where Alaric was, and he kind of he puts his hand through an area where Alaric was, and he grunts and he says, move, you didn't see this. And he waves his hand and he casts a spell. And you can see that blue shimmer form again, and the cold air blocked off.
I'm gonna reach my hand towards the blue.
Yeah, you touch it, it's solid solid. And he says, he grabs you by the hand, he takes your hand off the wall, and he says, now you mustn't tell anybody that this is here. You mustn't tell anybody that this was taken down. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What is your name?
Roll deception.
Dermot.
Dermot. I'm not Dermot. So I've only given my real name, I don't think. I have fake names on the down low.
Not me.
You got a sister thousands of miles away.
There we go. Just throw her. I don't know if she's dead or alive though. I just tell her my name is Galus.
Okay. Galus, it's been nice to meet you anyway, but you got to go. They might be back through again. They send guards on patrol often.
Before I leave, I ask him, does that forest lead back out into like the mainland?
If you can climb over the ridge and over the mountain, yeah. But you'll have better chance getting through underneath the mountain.
How do I get through underneath?
Go down to the bad air. Follow it all the way out. It'll put you on the shores of Anra. It'll take you a good 6 weeks, though.
Oh, jeez.
I just say thank you and take off, I guess.
Okay, you take off. And you could hear him mutter something incoherent, and then you get out of the cavern. Ravim, what are you doing?
Besides getting an aneurysm.
Yeah, you did just watch your entire party dissolve in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And you know they're all crazy, so there's no bringing them back.
Especially the women in this group.
You've accomplished the things Ravim has told you to take care of. Dermot, sorry. Yep.
I'm gonna try and get a new set of clothes.
Of course.
Yep.
Well, there's several areas where you can get clothes here. Here they seem a bit fancy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
Gotcha.
More professional suit than traveler's clothes.
Excellent. Gotcha.
But I'm not looking for several platinum worth. Well, several hundred platinum or whatever. Not high end for this place.
Gotcha. One of the clothing shops you've seen there was called Garnet's Garments. And from what you could see there, it looked more mercantile wear. To look good, but to also be able to handle a situation, perhaps.
No, I was thinking more bureaucratic and scribish.
So, walking more a bit around, past the place where Erlon went up to deal with his religious debts, you find another place. You can see a tuxedo in the window, almost like a tuxedo.
Yeah,
Not quite. It seems just
Yeah.
not a ballroom attire. Kind of a
that-
step down.
That's more what I was looking for.
All right. So you walk in to a place called Nero's Wardrobe. Now the door opens up. It's a fairly wide door. It's arched at the top, and it opens up to a 15 by 15 room. In the middle of the room, there's this small dais, currently empty, and you can see that there are sewing implements. There's racks on the wall with cloth and such. There are pre-made clothes as well in the window and stacked up and folded on shelves. And in the back, you can see a dwarf in gray hair working a needle on something. Looks like she's repairing a hole in something. And I don't think she heard you come in with the clack and the running of the machine.
I'm gonna browse around through the different styles before I disturb her.
Of course. Well, immediately the one in the window that you seen was a dark, dark blue with silver trim and silver lines on the inside, on the lapel, and tails that go all the way down almost to your heels. Almost. It seems they look like they can be fixed for height. Other than that, you can find another one in a red shade, as well as a wall of shelves with slacks and vests and jackets, all similar to them, some of them without tails and some of them with. They come in gold trim, silver trim, no trim. As the stops and comes to a close, as you're there looking at something, you can hear the little stool creak as she stands up, and she says, "Oh, how can I help you?"
Looking for a new set of business attire.
She walks over, she takes the sleeve of your jacket and kind of lifts it up and says, "See, you've been wearing this one for quite some time."
Far too long. It's served me well, but new home, new business. Need to look more presentable.
Aye, of course. Well, my name's Isla. You've come into Nero's wardrobe. Would you like something custom, or have you seen something on the shelf that you might like?
Probably custom. There's a couple styles, but nothing quite matched what I was looking for.
Aye, a man of taste. Yeah, take a stand. She gestures towards the dais.
Understand?
Okay, she takes from the shelf two fairly plain set of clothes, not with so much emblems or anything on them, and she says, "Hey, try these on. We'll see what we're looking at."
I take whatever I'm currently on.
She immediately goes into measuring, starts putting in measurements, and as she's doing that, she says, "So are you interested in tails or no tails?"
No tails, please.
No tails. And you can, she fusses with the back of you. Are you in the way of a vest, full jacket, or both?
Both, please.
Both. All right. She gets the jacket on, starts taking measurements, and any kind of fabric. You look like you've been out in the weather. Do you want something for weather war or indoors?
Indoors for now, and if I need to go outdoors, I may purchase another set.
Now, are you looking to impress without saying a word? Or are you looking just to get in?
Always looking to impress.
Aye.
I'm wearing stolen baggy men's clothes and he's buying
Yeah.
fancy things.
And do you fancy a particular color?
Um,
Hold on a second. Oh, that's a natural 20 on the inside. You have a bit of a look to you. Vistani?
yes.
Are you looking for something in like kind?
No. Flattering, but no. Was thinking a crimson red or something silk shirt, black vest.
She walks over to the red one that's hanging up. She says, "Red like this or darker?" It's not that dark.
Darker.
Yeah.
Probably something between the.
One of my enemies, though.
There you go. This dark.
Reds.
Ah, very well. She picks up the cloth that you gestured to her and she puts it in her pocket. So, will you be needing a hat?
Ooh. Please do.
How about a cowboy hat?
A bowler hat?
These guys aren't cowboys. These guys are totally top hats. If you
Top hat and monocle.
Trilby.
Yeah. Probably. Nice bowler hat.
Go full church.
Without for now, but I might change my mind before I'm done.
Aye. Where will you be heading to? And the shares, if I may ask. Are you sticking to the good air?
Most of my business is in the good air, but I will be traveling to some unsavory sections, unfortunately.
Then let me make a suggestion. She walks over to a cabinet, opens up the cabinet, and she pulls out a cane. A hook on the bottom of it, and she passes it to you. And it looks simply like a cane. And then she says, hey, flick the switch. Flick it. It opens up into an umbrella.
Not what I was expecting.
Yes.
But-
Have you been to the bad air?
Is the main
Once or twice.
Sort of.
Sorry.
It's in the region, but
It's in the middle.
you sure you've been down far enough?
Maybe it was just the outskirts.
You'll need
Or maybe-
this. Trust me. If you're gonna protect what I'm gonna make for you, you're gonna want this too. I'll throw it in with no charge.
Well, if you're going to be so kind. Then. Yeah.
So, for trim, you're looking to impress. You're looking for heavy on the trim? Or exquisite?
Exquisite.
Yeah, I can make it gaudy if you like, but...
No.
Some of that rick-rack that our mom used to put on everything.
I can see. I think I can see what you're envisioning. It'll take a day or two to put this together for you. But if you return, say 48 hours, it should be ready.
And I look forward to it.
Well, my name is Isla, my father's Nero, and this is Nero's wardrobe. Can I get your name, please?
Ravim.
Ravim. She takes out a slip, jots it down on the slip, and she says, I won't know the total price until you come back in 2 days, but right now it's a ballpark between 25 and 35 gold.
Of course.
If you want a hat, it'll be extra, but not too much. We can talk about that upon your return.
Of course.
I thank you on behalf of my father Nero and Isla for gesturing our wardrobe with your kind grace, Ravim.
Thank you for such an exquisite experience.
She nods, and there'll be a down payment of 25%, of course. Business is business.
Yeah, of course.
She takes the money gingerly, slips it into her pocket, and she bids you adieu. I'll see you again, Ravim, in 2 days from now.
I look forward to it.
And you leave. At this point, you come out, and you see Erelon walking down. No Nani, but Galus does show up also. And you guys rejoin. Tanith, you are at the base of the tooth. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go find somewhere to eat. I'm feeling sick.
Where are you heading?
Wherever my nose takes me.
Roll perception.
Oh, goody. That's a weapon. 14.
14. Yeah, you can smell spices. Very intricate and hot spices that you can smell getting on the tip of your nose. They seem to be coming from further up on the tooth.
Oh, find my way up there.
As you begin to walk around, the tooth seems to have a ledge around it that seems to incline slightly as you go up. And eventually, after maybe about 5 minutes, you're going around. You don't go too far much around it. It's a huge base, but you do find this place set inside. The arching walls going up. It's wide open. There's no door. It's just inset in the middle. There's this large fire set in the middle of it. And there's a large beast. Darkened skin. You can see pieces where it's been recently ripped open to gather some flesh. The noise coming out of here isn't so loud, but it's conversationally everywhere. Everybody's having a conversation about something.
Find my way inside and try to acquire some of this delicious smelling roast beast.
Okay. Roll perception.
You and Whoville?
Yeah, I'm like, rare roast beast.
Look at that, it's a 14 again.
14. All right. As you walk up to one of the tables, somebody kind of intercepts you halfway, and they say, "How can I help you?"
I smell something delicious. I wish to feast on it.
Oh, thank you very much. Have a seat right there. I'll bring something over to you presently. What are you drinking?
Something cold.
Something cold. All right. Turns around and he leaves your presence. You go sit down. He comes back within a minute with a very ununiformly cut piece of meat. It's got a bit of a round edge and side that's been sheared off, and it's just a hunk of meat on your plate.
Excellent.
Just what I like.
And he brings over this big crystal stein that's just full of this dark golden liquid with a little bit of foam on top.
I like the look of this.
And he says, we do our best to impress. And
If
he
it
says,
tastes as good as it smells, we're doing a good job.
yeah, can eat as much as you like for the cost of 3 gold. And as you put that out there, looking at you,
Can I come to this place?
you are so far away right now. And he kind of looks at you for a second, shrugs, says, and doesn't say anything else.
I'll slide 4 over.
He
Just immediately sees the error of his ways.
he takes it and leaves you be.
Makes a profit off other people.
He takes it and walks away crying.
Not yet. That's
So-
after the 4th plate.
This the meat is familiar. One of the beasts that roam around the shears on the outside are often hunted for and captured by the gnomish bards and then traded to the people who live in the shears. And this is one of them. Well, it's a pretty good haul. You're not sure which type of beast it is, but it tastes great.
Excellent.
They get good air up here on the mountain. Makes for a good clean shank of meat.
Love me some barbecue.
The ale, meh, it's not as good.
It's cold.
It's cold. It is frigidly cold.
Excellent.
And you eat, and you eat, and you eat. Hours pass by.
Perception to hear the crying.
I will get you to roll perception though.
He hears nothing.
With-
He's
with-
got the meat sweats.
Yeah.
He's not doing much.
3!
Case in point.
There it is. There it is.
My
You-
intention
All
is
you hear is the
elsewhere
sound
right
of
now.
himself chewing.
and at that point where you just realize that's the only thing you can hear, you stop and you look around. The fire's gone down. There's one person just standing there by the fire. You can see them kind of rub their eyes. There's nobody
2
else
o'clock in the
in
morning.
the establishment.
The door's locked, the clothesline's turned.
You got three or 4 steins of crystal empty steins there on the table. You are full and quite satisfied.
That was excellent. I will come back eventually.
Oh, okay.
When I come back, it'll be early in the day.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for the warning.
Thank you for your patronage, sir.
As you leave, your perception grants you the sound of somebody just falling to the ground.
That's why I tipped him that gold.
Doesn't even cover the cost, though.
No.
Not even gold.
Give a 10
This particular
people.
time, the shears is on the losing end. Erlon, Ravim, and Galus.
Erlon will see Ravim come out of that shop, look up at the sign. What does the sign say for that one? What did you call the store?
Nero's wardrobe.
Getting yourself some new clothes, are we?
Well, I've been wearing these rags for months.
I come up behind with a chuckle and say, at least they're yours.
Well, there's plenty of clothes stores. You don't have to keep wearing the same set.
True.
You could buy your own,
They're probably quite expensive.
only if you want them to be.
been cycling the 3 pairs of linens that he has, so they're
At least
all
you
like,
got 3.
evenly beat.
Evenly dirty.
Going to save me with that bath.
But there is plenty of places where you can just get
Commoners clothes.
yeah.
not.
For example, something's telling you that Daryl's Simple Goods might be what you're looking for.
Maybe I'll take a wander in there.
That's way down back.
Oh,
Very-
no.
I will not wait. I want clothes now.
Get a portal
Give
gun.
me pants or give me death.
You can
No,
easily.
I mean, I don't want to go back down.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have
Well,
these guys been here before?
who?
The party I'm with?
Erlon and Ravim?
Yeah.
Not
they've
here.
been before.
No. This is you guys are in New York City right now,
Now I'm
basically.
the only one that had
She's gone.
somewhat of an idea of what was happening.
And she's gone.
And that's bare minimums because
I have to look for a jeweler.
A
See if
jeweler.
see if I can sell
I
a
have
couple
a
of gems.
stones too. Or a gem.
Since most of the needs of the business have been met, we're just waiting on them to be delivered. It's mostly just the rest of the evening is ours.
I still want to look for some sort of archive or library or something.
Looking around here, you don't seem to see anything that sticks out.
So I'm going to ask somebody who looks like they live here.
Okay, there's plenty of dwarves. Let's stop the nearest dwarf.
So yeah, let's try the nearest dwarf.
Just stick your arm out, grab some random guy.
Yeah.
It's like, wear books.
Where books?
Yeah, a little nicer than that. Just like, excuse me, do you have like an archive?
As he's kind of walking by, talking to his friend, and then the elf said, "Excuse me, what?
Do you have an archive, like a library or?
A library?" Looks at his friend. A library.
looking for a library.
Aye, we have libraries here in the Shears.
Can you tell me where the closest one is?
You'll have to go up 3 levels, but you'll find it. A library.
Yeah, it's the one with the books in it.
Look at this hoity-toity elf. She can read. Oh, joy, joy.
Ah.
Thank you.
You can hear him go off about elves as he keeps going on down the way.
The audacity of people being able to read.
Elf who can read.
An elf assuming that dwarves may not read. Or to the point, I believe.
But he gives you vague directions up 2 floors. There's the library. He seemed kind of like a jackass.
Is there stairs?
There are.
And they're free, right? I'm gonna make my way to the staircase.
Yep.
And just walk up the stairs. I'm not looking if there's anybody around.
So Galus walks away from the party again to the stairs.
Bye.
Can we at least do a perception to see if we can hear what she tried to ask the other guy?
Oh,
about?
you heard, yeah.
Right
You
there,
heard
yeah.
for sure. Yeah. It was right there. Like you said, she just asked question to this guy. Yeah.
I even hear the racist chatter as he's walking away
Yes, you
with
do.
23.
Yes, you do.
Erlon's like, I also read books.
But you're also Dwarvish.
I can speak Dwarvish, so I'm assuming I can read it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm looking her up these stairs, not looking behind me to make sure nobody's.
Okay. You are making your way up. Ravim and Erlon, what are you guys' plans?
Erlon just kind of eyes the shop and eyes his own attire. I think I need new clothes too.
Not so quick to judge now, are you?
All these fancy men in their clothes.
I haven't been on the road for a while like you, so all I've been thinking about is that.
Mine smell like some random
Nani
guy.
knits most of her own clothes.
Maybe you can knit me something proper
Your
here.
onesie.
With a hood.
Erlon will go into the shop and
Some ears.
see the vendor. Or
Same shop?
same shop.
Okay.
Same shop.
They're getting some business today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you walk in. There's a lady there. She has a set of clothes and some fabric draped over a mannequin.
Is there an unknown bell again?
No bell on this one.
Actually, I want to go in and watch his fitting.
Okay.
That's not weird.
Yeah, really. Take off your clothes.
Start throwing coins at him as he's taking his clothes off.
Yes. So.
But he wouldn't go into Dermot's bedroom. But
Right.
he watched Erlon get undressed.
You guys walk in.
Yes.
She's there busy with making some measurements, putting some stitches in some things, and she turns around to look and she says, "Hi, welcome to Nero's wardrobe. How can I help you?"
Oh, hello. My name is Erlon. I'm just looking for a new set of clothes.
Oh, of course, you've come to the right place. What are you looking for? Something for regular use? You're dressing to impress? How can I help you?
Something durable and flexible.
Durable, flexible.
And in a certain style.
Ah, that's what I can work with. Yes, something I can use. A style, yes.
I am a monk. I am a monastic practicer of the Elgrinhelda's faith, and I need something that would reflect her visage.
Oh, of course. Are you looking for any particular design from your homeland? I know of various methods of design that are up in the higher echelon of society.
I am from Brel, and you know the
Higher echelon.
Gotta put that right up there.
Well, I am from Brel. It's like,
but
yeah. Well, this was definitely worth the coming in for.
Brilliant style, of course. I'm very familiar with brilliant style. She looks over her shoulder at you and gives you a wink.
just kind of casts his gaze between the two of them for a moment, and then just focuses back on the tailor, and
The Stony style is quite nice as well.
he nods. This is very lively. But he says, looking for something with just a robe and a embroidered belt, just to fix that, and some nice loose trousers and a cape and a shawl with a hood.
Aye, that's I can manage most of that for you right now. The belt might be a little work. I have some, but they may not be to your particular style. She goes over and takes a few a robe she has folded up and kind of holds them up to you. Why don't you get up there?
He looks at the little. I think it's like a little standing
Little
stool.
dais, yeah, about 3 feet wide, just right there.
He'll he'll hop up on it, and he'll take off any unnecessary stuff because he's been back in nobility. He used to get his measurements taken a lot, so he kind of gets the gist. It's just been a while.
So, and as she's doing that, she kind of just steps back for a moment, lets you set your thing up, kind of glances over at Ravim again. Then she says, put this on.
He'll put it on.
I'm watching the entertainment.
I'm just curious if she thinks you're a couple.
You gotta roll insight if you want to figure it out.
You said she leaned back and kind of looked between the two, and I thought, I wonder if she's wondering if you guys
I got
are...
nat 20 for insight.
Nat 20. She's that first wink that you seen was basically thanks for the customer.
Okay.
So she holds out these robes, and they're a nice kind of a brown maroon color, and she kind of puts them around you, puts a stitch here and a stitch here, and she says, how does that fit?
He kind of just moves his arm and legs, just kind of balancing a little bit and just seeing how everything kind of flows. He seems content. He just nods. This is a good fit, but this color... Do you have anything slightly lighter? Maybe a beige?
Aye, of course. She runs over. She kind of takes the stitch out, takes it off you, brings it over. She passes it to you. As you're putting it on, she walks over somewhere else and she pulls out 3 straps of leather, and she comes and holds them to you. One of them, they all have different patterns on them. One's kind of plaid, but with silver and gold stitching. Another one is colors of greens, blues, and reds. And another one is a shade of green that almost kind of looks like it has a vining inscription on it, but it's slightly angular.
I'll take the vining inscription. He kind of points at that one there.
Beautiful choice. She takes it and throws it around, catches it around the other side of you and shimmies it around and ties it off, and then she grabs your shoulders, moves them a bit, and then without looking, she reaches over here on one of the mannequins and flips this half cloak off with a hood, and kind of just throws it over on top of you, and it just settles down over your one arm.
Okay, excellent. He'll again just kind of move his arm and move his arms around, kind of test the range of motion. Seems very free in the current state, so he nods and he pulls the hood up. Should the cloak have a hood?
Yep.
And it's comfortable. So he puts it back down. Yep, this is definitely what I'm looking for sure.
She kind of looks down, takes her toe up top and kind of taps your foot.
Oh, what? Oh,
Your shoes are very dirty.
true. Yeah, so he'll...
Yours is coming with shoes. She didn't say that, but
You paid top dollar.
Yeah.
You get all the perks.
I figured they came with shoes anyways. I got a free cane, so.
yeah,
Trouser
Yeah.
socks. And
that's right.
Do you have wooden sandals?
I can make a custom item. Yes.
Actually, Erlon just kind of peeks up. No, I actually have the shoes covered. Never mind.
Yeah, your boots of Elven
Boots of Elven kind in his backpack.
No, not an issue then. Very good. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all well and good. The only thing is just the belt that needs work, I suppose, and then that's it. How much are we looking?
Well, it's I can't say it's the most exquisite choice I've put together, but I'd say 12 gold should cover everything.
Okay, sounds good. And how long would that take to assemble, you figure?
Well, I am already working on a custom job at this particular moment, but if you come back in 2 days, I'll have your belt finished also.
Excellent. Okay, so do you need anything up front? Or?
For 12 gold, she looks at you. I trust you.
Here's
She trusts me.
She trusts
She
me.
trusts me.
Look over at Ravim.
Oh,
Great.
beautiful.
Erlon will just disrobe and put his stuff back on and hop off with a little display there and nod. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, and then she says, Ravim, thank you very much for the customer. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in 2 days.
Of course.
So you go and you get close to. So at about this time, Galus would show up from the hallway. I guess it would have been about an hour. Oh, you went up.
I'm up,
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. I forgot. You went to the.
Library.
You gone up and up. So you guys come out of the Nero's wardrobe. Galus is gone. Nani's gone. Frank is gone. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, Raven might need to go look for somewhere to sell a couple of gems. I don't know if you want to accompany me, but that's what I need to do just to take care of my own business.
Sure, I could use the entertainment. I mean, I'm gonna compliment you.
You're like a strange monkey now.
He just raises his brows. Entertainment? He just starts walking until he sees somebody who looks like he won't
Murder you?
murder me or want to murder me.
There aren't many of those around here.
So for selling things, you've seen the Gerthen's Enchanted Hands, and you've seen Dargan's Magic and Money Lending.
Oh yes, that's right.
Those are the two stores you've seen in the local area that can probably help you out with that sort of thing.
Okay. Odds, he's gonna go to Dargan's. Evens, he'll go to the Magic Hands store. That's Dargan's. He's going to Dargan's first.
Okay, Dargan's Magic and Money Lending. All right. So you go into this store. It seems pretty high class on the outside. When you go inside, however, there's no bell. It's kind of dank. Not to steal the term from something else, but it's just dank with moisture and like
Damp.
Musty.
damp. Yeah, damp and musty. Yeah, dank so works. I love that word. And you walk in, and it is musty and old, and there's books everywhere. And you see a desk near the back, with the hallway in behind it.
So, Erlon will just make his way over to the desk and just see if anybody's around. Is there like something he can bring for service, or
Doesn't seem like there's a bell or anything there, but there doesn't seem to be anybody at the desk. Roll perception.
perception? No, that's a 7.
Okay, you don't hear anybody in the back.
All right, so he'll call out, "Hello."
And then you hear this ping and something smash. And then you hear somebody curse in Dragonborn. Can you speak Dragonborn?
He does speak.
Okay, so you hear the curse. And
Erlon winces.
it's Keldrin, take me! As somebody, you see Dragonborn walk out of a door in the hallway with a cloth wiping his hands. And he looks over at you with kind of a sneer on his face, and he says, "What can I help you with? You're interrupting me."
He says, and he apologizes in Draconic, and bows his head. "Hello, I'm Erlon. I'm just wondering if you know anything about appraising and selling gems, by chance."
"Gems, you say?
Correct.
Show me."
He'll fish out these 2 gems that he was given by Dermot, and he'll hold them out just for.
He holds his hand out.
He just dumps them into his hand.
He takes them both, and each one he holds, kind of looks at it and says, "Aye, they're magical gems. You're looking to sell them?
Yes.
I could take them off your hands. I'd give you 40 gold for them."
40 gold? Would 50 by chance be possible?
Roll perception. Persuasion.
Oh, that's a 7. Wow.
Oh, he beat you on the dice with an 8. And he says, "Well, I could probably only sell them for 25, 27, so I'm not really making much off the deal. 20 gold each is my offer."
Okay, I'll just go and check and see if I find another offer by chance, and if nothing fruitful comes, I'll come back to you.
"Oh, very well."
He holds back his hand,
He slides them into your hand.
puts him back, and then he leaves. And he leaves and just says, "Apologies for the broken whatever that was."
He doesn't respond. He just watches you leave.
He exits, and then he goes to the other shop.
Maybe the other guy's place?
Magic hands.
Yep. Gertie's magic hand. Girthin's magic hands.
Perfect magic.
Enchanted hands.
Enchanted hands.
Girthin's enchanted hands.
Alright, he'll walk in.
As you walk in this one, there's a ding, 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 ding.
Weird.
And there's this about 20-foot-ish room that opens up to the right-hand side, and the table goes from one end all the way to the other. On the far side, there seems to be one of those flaps that open up to get access.
Okay. And what kind of things are beyond the table here?
Oh, you can see things hanging on the wall. You can see vials of different colored liquids. You can see a headband with a bunch of eyeballs on it hanging from a hook. You can see some rods on the wall. You can see some instruments. A cloak is there. There's a few things up on the wall. They look pretty fancy.
Erlon moseys over, and is anybody at the counter?
There is a dwarf.
He holds a hand up and, hello.
Hello, my elven friend. My name is Girthin. Welcome to Girthin's Enchanted Hands.
Good to meet you, Gerthin. I'm Erlon. I'm a new, It's been a very long time, but I'm new to the shears, and especially this part.
Is that so?
Indeed.
Excellent.
And, I was just wondering if you had any offer you'd like to make me for these. He holds out the gems.
There seems to be some fine gems there. Well, it's not necessarily something I particularly go for, but I'd take them off your hands for 40 gold.
Okay. And would 50 by possibly
Persuaded.
That's 13.
13. I suppose I could let them go for a little more if you're interested in perhaps purchasing something else.
He looks over to that headband of eyes. What is that?
Excellent.
Oh, that, he takes it off and he holds it out in his two fingers. Says, this, he looks at you. You look like a smart one already. This may not have any effect on you. It's supposed to make the wearer very smart.
Ah,
Turn your ordinary miner into a politician.
it's not something I'm necessarily interested in. What of that cloak?
That cloak will protect you. It's infused with magic to make arrows dodge out of the way of you and make you better proficient in fighting off diseases and other things that might take over your body or your mind.
Interesting.
How is it for
Do you follow him,
insect
Ravim?
repellent?
You're in there with him, right? Yeah, okay, so you see all this stuff.
I look at the grin. Yeah, I saw this shit. I know what's going on here.
He's pondering, and let's see. He sees the vials, and he kind of glances at those. And those potions.
Yep.
He'll look at them.
He walks over, he takes out the little pack and brings it up, and he has them all there. It seems to be 8 of them all together. 6 of them look very similar. 2 of them look different.
Okay, and these potions there, what do they all do the same apart from those two, or?
Well, most of them are just for general healing, the fixing of the wounds upon your body. This one here will make you really strong. Strong as a lizard man from the depths of Keldrin. This one here will make you much more efficient at taking hits.
I see, okay. And how much for 2 of those regular healing potions?
Oh, the healing potions, they're a measly 50 gold each.
50 gold each.
I say I could do a trade. Those 2 gems for one of them.
That sounds fair.
Alright.
What are those for these?
Passes you a potion of healing.
Thank you very much, there, Gerthan.
You're very welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Afraid not for now, I appreciate it.
Well, if you're ever in the need of any magic items or anything made of the magical arts, please come on back to Gerthan's Enchanted Hands.
Well, thank you very much, and have a swell rest of your day.
I will.
And he exits the shop.
Okay.
Once he's out of the shop, I ask if he buys scrolls.
I could be persuaded to purchase some scrolls. What do you have for selling?
Wondering if you had any demand for anything in particular, I might be able to provide some sources.
I see. Well, as it stands, I only have the 2 spell scrolls that I have for sale. What, if you're looking to make some scrolls for me I can sell on your behalf, is that what you're looking for?
That was along what I was looking for.
Well, I tell you what. You get me some sample. Something that you can do. Something that'll impress me. Something that'll show Gerthan your worth. And I'll think about selling it for you.
Well, I'll be in the area in a couple days. I'll see what I can provide in that time.
Well, I'll be happy to see you then. And what's your name?
Ravim.
Ravim. Nice to meet you, Ravim.
Pleasure. You give him a handshake if he offers.
When he does, you realize his hands are huge. These huge dwarven hands. And he takes your small human hand in yours and just dwarfs it.
Yeah.
And then squeezes it slowly.
And he says, I'll see you in a couple of days then. He gives you the nod. Alright. Galus,
Okay.
you travel 4 hours walking up the stairs. Roll a stealth for me.
Ooh, that's much better. 19.
19. You slip by a dragonborn dressed in these blue liveries with this golden trim going down the lapels and down the sides of his pants as he's walking down the stairs this way. And you slip by him and you continue upwards. You break out onto the 3rd level of these outcroppings, and here these buildings are much bigger. Much bigger. They seem to be more. They seem to be almost like buildings you would see in New York City. I guess there's 120 feet tall. There's a main door, and there's just levels upon levels that go up. Some of them are intricately carved. You can see another portion of the Flambadadro's School of Bardic Excellence. Another portion of that up here as well, roughly within the same area the other one was below. And beside that, a ways over, you can see pillars that go off into the dark. About 4 or 5 pillars before it gets completely dark, and it's just stairs that go up and up and up and up and in. And you can see old dwarves standing on the stairs in just odd different places. And as you approach this particular one, walking by it, there is a statue out front, a statue of Carath. And Carath his statue emulates a humanoid with a slightly oversized head. He's wearing robes that are hang back at his neck, and he's just standing there peacefully. Not happy, not sad, but almost all-knowing. And underneath it says, the Halls of Carath.
Which would likely have books, knowledge,
Yes,
things about
yes. If you asked anybody on the streets or anything, they would have told you this way. And this, from what you're looking at, by deducing all the other places, this must be the Grand Library. And Carath is based around knowledge, thought, and logic. As you walk in to the halls of Carath, you reach the top of this staircase, and then the staircase begins to go down. And your dark vision, you can see, as the dark vision catches 60 feet down to the bottom, you walk down, and then you look into hallways of books, and then you look up, and these stands and shelves with books in them that are made out of the stone itself seem to go up and curve and twist, and then you can see, your eyes have to shift for a second, that dwarf is upside down walking up there. And there's another one. And then you look down further, and there's people standing on your level, and there's somebody over there walking up the side of the wall, reaching in somewhere and grabbing a book and moving.
Okay.
This is like that painting with the staircases that all go in different directions.
Maybe. But it goes up, and at times it looks almost chaotic, but then everything seems to sync up like it's not chaotic. Everything goes to a place, even though how chaotic it looks like it doesn't look like it'll meet anything, eventually it does. And then it forms a shape, something that completely makes sense.
Does
And-
it look to be like a librarian?
There does. At that base, there is a small, round kind of pedestal, and At one time or another, there is at least one person standing there in robes. You can't really see their faces.
I'm gonna approach and say hello to whoever's behind the desk.
They pull their hood down, their cowl down, and they look at you. Their eyes are cold and blue. It's a dwarf. And he says, "Welcome to the halls of Carath. All the knowledge in the heavens and upon the earth is housed here."
Thank you for watching the Death Needs Dialogue Entertainment Network. This has been The Depths of Fel'Than, Episode 11, The Old Gretch Mine, Part C. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, check us out on our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/deathneedsdialogue. There you can see a few different ways that you can help Castle Dialogue be built, as well as receiving a nice few gifts for your troubles along the way. Well, until next time, thank you for watching the Death Needs Dialogue Entertainment Network.